In 1967, Colombian author Gabriel Garcia Marquez wrote a novel titled 100 Years of Solitude. It's considered one of the best novels in Western literature. It tells the history of an isolated town, an isolated family who founded it. And the town is eventually discovered. Plantations were developed, military invades, most of the people, almost all the people were killed. And as the book ends, the village has went back to nothing. It's basically not even there. And it completes a cycle that will happen again a little later. Now, personally, I didn't really care for it. It's a little bit too mystical for me. But I have always loved the title of it. And I don't know what it is, but for some reason, the word solitude sort of resonates with me. There are words that stick out more to us, and that's one that has worked with me. I don't know why. But solitude means just being alone. And there are two kinds of solitude. There's isolation in space, and there's isolation in spirit. I think many of us have experienced isolation in space. Let me give you a couple of examples. A friend of mine, when we were in high school, we used to go camping a lot. And a lot of times we go camping in the back of his family's farm. And we go all the way to the very, very back. And it, oddly enough, was to a point where our farm used to touch as well, but we didn't have that anymore. But we would camp out in the very back and probably no more than, I don't know, a half a mile from the main road. But it seemed like we were in the middle of nowhere. And it especially seemed like it whenever you would hear the coyotes start yelling and yiping back there. And I don't know if the coyotes were in the tent. Well, we were never in a tent, but I don't know if they were beside us or they were 100 miles away, but we felt very alone out there. When we were in high school,